Hello once again and welcome to another brand new video on this channel #101 in the series Java from start to finish. Now in this video or this episode I'm going to talk about basic syntax of a Java program. Now when you are writing a Java program or when you meet someone writing any line of code, what will make you identify that the person is writing in Java? Now when you look at this side of the board, we can see that we have some code over here, some basic Java code over here. We can see we have a class, and the name of the class, then some curly brackets, and we can see public static void main strings, and this one too. Then we find this declaration, and we have this word over here. Now, one thing you need to note is that every Java code that you write must belong to a class. Must belong to a class. So this class has a name, and now whatever we're writing inside this and this curly bracket is belonging to this class called David. So when we move into the class, now we can see public static void main. In our previous video we talked about keywords, so if you've not checked it out, please go and check it out. Now this class, this public, this static, this void, this main, this strings, this word over here, they are all keywords in Java. Now, except for some of the words over here. Now, this word we talked about it in the last video is a keyword. This one is a keyword. This one, and then some of them are also keywords. So this class here, you can't declare class and come and declare class over here as the name of your class. Then when the compiler will give you an error. So this public here, let's take the words one by one. This public here means that this main method now the main method has been underlined over here. I underlined them now. The main method, every Java program's execution starts from the main method. So if there is possible, you can write some code outside here, you can write some code down here, but the actual execution of Java programs begins from the main method. So when the compiler hasn't met the main method, it will not start compiling the code you've written. So this public here means that anyone at all can access this main method we are talking about. And the static here means all the values or all the codes inside the main method, the values you are going to declare, they are all constant and will not change until the programmer changes it. So the void over here means this main method returns no value. So it means the main method will not return any value. That is why the void is here. And we have the main. And the strings over there means that we can declare strings values inside the main method. Now the square brackets over there means that we can declare arrays. So that is used to represent arrays of string characters. Now we have this any other argument you can think about. There's a short form of arguments. So any other argument you can think about can be declared inside the main method. Now when we enter the main method, we can see curly bracket. Now we enter, you can see int div is equal to 6. Now we have a semicolon, then system.out.println. We have the bracket, then double quotes with some word inside, then another semicolon. Now what this means is that this is the declaration of a variable. We'll be coming to that in our next video. So when you declare int, the compiler sees this as an integer. So any value you are going to use to assign to this div over here must be an integer. And Java says anytime you are writing a line of code, if you end the line of code, there should be a semicolon at the end, else that whole code will not run. So if you write a line of code like int div is equal to 6, now this line is a declaration of a variable, so it should end with a semicolon. Now this one to system.out.println is used to print strings of text. For example, the boy is going to school, Kofi is a boy. So these string of characters are going to be used, or they are going to be printed on the screen using the system.out.println function. So if you declare system.out.println and you bring this bracket with this double quotes and you write whatever you write in between the double quotes is going to be printed as a literal text. So if I wrote truth here, so the output is going to be this truth over here. So system.out.println, it's also a line of code that's ended, so we should bring a semicolon. It is very important. So this main method ends here, the class also ends here. So in summary, what we talked about is this is the basic syntax. So this is what you are going to use to identify that the person is writing in Java. If you see a class and the name of a class, you see public static void main, you know that the person is writing in Java. So the person is coding in Java. So this is our first program. So if you put this into your compilers and you code this and you run it, it's going to give you this output. So if you run it in your IDEs and you don't find any output like this, please let's meet in the comments and we can discuss more about that. So in summary, every Java code must belong to a class, and there must be public static void main for you to identify that a person is coding in Java. And also, any line of code in a Java program must end in a semicolon. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video on basic syntax of a Java program and our first program in Java. So if you enjoyed this, please like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos. Please, if you have any question about this or some doubts you have and you don't understand anything, please let's meet in the comments and we'll discuss more over there. Thank you and see you in the next video.